In this video, two-sport all-star Bo Jackson shares how you can find and connect with mentors and then create successful mentoring experiences so you can grow your career faster than you ever could alone. Welcome to 8 Unedited Minutes about mentoring. We're here with Bo Jackson, ex-two-sport athlete, now food connoisseur. Thank you so much for being here, Bo.
Thank you for having me.
I'd love to jump right in. When you hear the word mentoring, what comes to mind?
Mentoring, giving back. Giving back, and just from the standpoint, it doesn't matter how hard it takes you to get to where you want to get to, always reach back to help that next person up the ladder. Mentoring.
Did you stumble across mentoring at some point in life, or was it just in your DNA from a kid?
I would hope that it's in my DNA because I've had to learn on the fly. And the thing that I prided myself in doing ever since I left high school is to do what the other people forget to do.
What do you mean?
Which is say thank you. Always lend a helping hand. Always give advice. Always try to point the people that's trying to follow you in the right direction.
What's been your experience with the people that reach back and helped you in your career? What's one or two experiences that really stand out in your life?
Well, just like I said, I've learned what I know on the fly. My mentors was my mother. My mentors was my high school coaches. My mentors were my college coaches. And after that, I had to start doing it on my own. So they weaned me off of depending on them with their mentoring. And I guess, to make a long story short, mentoring to me is the same as saying, treat people like you want to be treated. Point blank.
So what advice would you have for mentees, the people that say, I want to find a mentor, I've heard about it, but I don't even know where to begin?
First thing they got to do is get off the sofa. First thing they got to do is put the video games down. There's places where you can go. There's events like this. Young people that's thinking about making a profession out of the food industry, they need to go online. There's numerous of things that are going on in your area, in your city, online. And you just have to go and you have to ask, because I don't know unless you ask. I don't know what your plans are unless you walk up to me. Excuse me, Mr. Jackson, can I conversate with you for 5 minutes? I need some advice. So you have to ask, because it's just not gonna walk up and hop in your lap. So those people, those young people out there that's looking for a mentor, you have to look in the right place and you have to open your mouth, because without that, you're gonna be stuck in that rut that you're in. Well, I'm not gonna call it a rut, but you're not gonna be able to make that next step up that ladder.
Gotcha. What about for the people that sometimes I'll hear people say, I'd like to be a mentor, but I'm not ready, or I don't know how. What advice would you have for the other side, the mentors?
I put it to you like this. If you have doubts about anything that you want to do, you've already failed. Period. It's either this is what I want to do, I'm going to go do it. I'm going to get off my butt and start making a difference tomorrow or today. So if somebody's saying that I would like to do something but I don't know, they've been making excuses like that all their lives, and they're going to continue to make excuses.
So maybe they're not ready to be a mentor.
They aren't ready. They aren't ready. And being a mentor isn't something that you learn. It's almost got to be inherited. But it's the same as giving back. It is the same as you walking down the street and you help an elderly person across the street. It's no different than you going to the supermarket and helping somebody put their groceries in their cart. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. Now, when it comes to youth, of course, you have to spend a little bit more time with them because number one, they are trying to walk in the footsteps of me or of you. And the only sensible thing to do is lend a hand, is to help them.
If they ask you?
If they ask, because I can't read their mind. I can do a lot of things, but I cannot read their mind. So in that sense, if you didn't inherit it, that mentoring gene or that caring dream or that giving dream, you don't have it. It have to be inherited. You have to have it. It's got to be part of your DNA.
So it sounds like for the mentees, if they're questioning why would I find a mentor, that it's one of those things where they've already failed? Is it?
No. I'm not that they have failed, but they are doing what they've always done. That's why they're in the position that they're in. They're making an excuse. The reason I haven't found a mentor is because of this. That's an excuse. The reason I can't go and do this because of this. Get up and do it.
Did you ever find yourself making excuses for anything?
A couple of times when I was supposed to be somewhere and my mom came looking for me. That wasn't an excuse. That was a lie. That was a lie. But yes, but not to the point to where it affects someone else.
Go on.
Meaning I make excuses for myself, and it's probably for the betterment of my health, doing things, because I'm an outdoorsman.
Okay.
I love to cook wild game. And during the winter, I make an excuse not to walk across a frozen pond. And all my buddies walk across a frozen pond to get to the other side. And I said, I'm not gonna walk across there. And me knowing that the ice is a foot thick, I don't walk across it because I don't want to. I don't walk across it because I don't wanna, just my luck, I will find that thin spot to where it's an inch thick and fall through. And the water's no more than 3 to 4 feet deep, but I'd rather walk around. So I make excuses that way. Now, as far as business is concerned, if I think about it, eventually I'm gonna do it. I may not do it right now because it takes work. It takes everything. You gotta have your, as they say, you gotta have all of your dominoes lined up.
And that's where mentors can come in to help, right?
Mentors come in to make it work that way, yes.
What would you say for a closing thought on mentoring that you want people to know about it?
Mentoring for anyone, it's a life changer. Because every day of you being in a mentoring program to where somebody that has walked that road that you're trying to run, the first thing that they are going to tell you is to slow down. You got to be able to see the forest, not the trees, but you have to see the forest. And if you can get people to slow down and think on that level, they will be just as successful as their mentor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jackson.
I appreciate it. Thank you.